Who is the GOAT? Is accounting the GOAT, or are those of us submitting requests the GOAT? I was just curious.
Surge is the GOAT.
Surge is the GOAT. There, I found it. There's my mic. You guys hear me now? All right, I want to start today with something I read in the latest Chief Executive CEO Confidence Report. Now, this is something that I subscribe to. I get it every month. And what they do is they query CEOs with various questions, and then from that they can get an idea of what's going on in the marketplace, what do CEOs of businesses think is going to happen, and it's kind of like a predictive index that you can get from CEOs. So I wanted to share some of the stuff that came from that because I thought it was interesting. CEO confidence. Now, this is industry agnostic, so this is thousands of CEOs spread out all over the US in various industries doing various things. But CEO confidence has moved back into good territory for the first time in 8 months. Now, I thought that was interesting that confidence is up because rates are also up. So here's what it went on to say. Business leaders are becoming more optimistic, but here's what caught my attention. More than half of CEOs said that organizational execution and alignment, not the economy, will be the biggest factor determining whether they achieve their goals this year. I want you to think about that. Not interest rates, not what's going on in Washington, not inflation, not competitors, not lead flow, execution. Interesting, because you've heard me say a million times, what does a company run on? Leads and sales. CEOs are saying, it's not the leads, it's the execution. We don't necessarily need more leads, we need to better handle the leads we've got. We've got to better handle the customers that we have. So here's some numbers that came from this. 75% of CEOs expect their company revenue to grow in 2026. And I told you guys last month was the first month in a string of 14 that we're trending back up. So I share this with the CEOs. 69% expect profits to grow, as do I. 51% plan to increase capital expenditures, which jumped 12 percentage points in just 1 month. 4% said demand, sales, and backlog are the biggest positive factors in their outlook, and nearly 2/3 expect the U.S. economy to expand over the next 6 months. So a really good outlook from people who are paid to have really good outlooks. So business is not retreating. They are preparing, they are investing, they're looking for growth, and they believe the opportunities are there, but they're also being cautious about one thing: headcount. Fewer than half expect to increase hiring. Why? Because businesses are focused on productivity. In other words, we don't necessarily need more people. We need better execution from the people we already have. I think that applies to us. So don't confuse activity with execution. One of the easiest traps to fall into in business is believing, man, I was really busy today, therefore I was productive. Those are not the same thing. You can answer 100 emails and accomplish nothing important. You can sit in meetings all day and move nothing forward. You can talk to 20 prospects and never ask one of them to buy. You can generate hundreds of leads and fail to follow up with them properly. Execution means producing the intended result. I want you to write that down, please. Execution means, please write this down, execution means producing the desired result. Are up. That's all you need to know. Rates are up. Oh, one last thing I do want to mention because of rates. We had our call with Jeff Tennyson yesterday. As you guys know, Jeff Tennyson used to run Lima Capital, and he's been involved in he actually coaches some of the largest lenders in the country. And I asked him, I said, Jeff, what's the general sentiment out there? What are you hearing from CEOs of these other lending organizations? He said, Lee, loan closings are down across the board by some places 20, other places 30%. Loan volume is down. He said the companies are not growing by recruiting new customers, they're growing by stealing business from other customers. He said, but I would imagine that's not affecting you. And I said, why is that? He said, Lee, you have the one thing that everybody in this industry envies. And I said, what is that? He said, you have an army of brokers that are out there willing to go into the trenches and bring you deals. how are they doing? And I went, that's a fundamental. We need to execute better, because we do have an army of brokers, and we need to make sure we're giving them all that they need to go out and be successful, because when they're successful, we're successful. So let's focus on our brokers and helping them win this week as well.
If you want to learn more, just click the link below.